Good morning and welcome to the Big Fat Sailing blog, which I'm very excited to cover. I've said this before. I feel like, and I will remain this way. I am not like the biggest sailing, like hell yeah, sailing is the godsend that we need for this game or anything. I'm always gonna be transparent with you boys on this, like around the game. I'm not gonna overly hype myself up about things that I'm not hype about. But sailing, I'm not necessarily pessimistic about either. I think my first view on sailing with the alpha, like actually playing around with it, I was just very disappointed in it. And there was just three main gripes. I'll just cover them just very briefly in the first few seconds. Is like render distance. We need to be able to see super far away. I feel like sailing on a boat, it means so much to actually see distant lands, not just like fucking 20 blocks ahead of you and then the rest of it's just like this random skybox. I feel like we need to be able to see far, the boats need to move faster, and we need like boat animations. Like we need like a wake in the back of your boat. You know what I mean? Like it needs to be satisfying. Right now our boats are floating on a fucking blue carpet. I just don't like that. I really want there to be some fucking gravity to your ship and like really have it take off at full speed and just it needs to just be fun. It needs to be fast, and we need to be able to see stuff. Those are my main gripes with sailing, honestly, because the things I'm looking forward to with sailing, we're going to cover this blog. I'm just going over a few thoughts just to go over kind of how I'm currently feeling. But this should obviously help. But the other thing is, most of the stuff I hear from people that are excited about sailing has nothing to do with actually being on your boat. It has to do with like the new islands, the new resources, the new rocks, the new monsters, it's everything minus the actual being on a fucking ship training sailing. So that's my main concern is being on a boat should be fun. The experience I felt in the alpha was I felt relief getting off of my boat. It was like claustrophobic being on the boat. I hated that experience. So anyway, let's get into this. I have already been more excited about the previous blog post because there are going to be some like combo training methods and we're probably going to see some more here. So let's get into this. By the way, I am live on Twitch and YouTube. So you guys, if you ever want to check out these live rambles, I'm going to be starting to get into these a lot more. So mornings around this time-ish, we're going to be doing some live rambles, not even just covering blog posts, but other things as well. So leave all your stuff in the live chat and also in the comment section. Also, all these rambles are on Spotify. I sound so annoying. Just get into this already. Holy crap. Ahoy adventurers. It's time for our second major sailing poll blog. Your incredible support for the first poll has set us on course, and now it's time to navigate through new skilling content rewards and a couple of burning questions. Oh no. I did watch this. This blog post obviously will be linked in the description, so if you guys want to check out this video, you guys have probably already seen it as well. It's No Monkey and He-Box just going off, you know. Before we set sail, this blog's pretty hefty. You might be wondering why we've introduced so many new resources, rewards, and ideas all at once. Sailing isn't just a new skill. It's a way of life. No, it's also a new way to explore world of old school RuneScape. Just like how Varlamore brought new quests and skilling activities to the game, the islands and oceans you'll explore in sailing are packed with new content. Previous skills have come hand in hand with the resources required to support their unique gameplay. We've strived to make sailing feel authentically old school by leaning into this same kind of progression and adding new thematic resources. Wood to craft hulls and sails, metals for sturdy keels and cannons, and fish and bait for long sea voyages. While it may feel like we're adding a lot, we've been careful to find a good balance. Alongside these new resources, we're also making sure to incorporate existing materials, nails, traditional planks, and other items you already know well from your adventures. Some of you have also been wondering why we aren't reusing existing but unloved resources like Arctic pine or redwood logs. It's a good idea, but we'd like to add a bit of realism to the game wherever possible. Realism. Arctic pine and redwood are softwoods, whereas in real life, you'd want to use strong hardwoods for boat building, yeah. So we are carefully selected some new hardwood resources that are perfect for building and upgrading your ships. Are you guys more of a hardwood or a softwood kind of person? What am I asking? Wherever possible, we've done the research and aim for authenticity. On a similar note, we're also using this opportunity to fill existing logical gaps. For example, we've got limp wood. For example, we've got flax and we've got linen, but weaving linen isn't something you can currently do. Now that we have sails, it's the perfect opportunity to showcase that logical relationship and add more depth to crafting within the game. Speaking of that, I do want to touch on crafting. Maybe it'll be a separate ramble. Maybe it'll be later mixed in kind of with this, but yeah, we need to talk about that. Bad, especially because the fletching minigame that came out with Varlamore is just such a banger, and it's just, oh my god, they're nailing it with these kinds of things, and I feel like crafting can get some love. Many of the materials mentioned in this blog will be introduced as core parts of the new skill for which you already voted, but it's up to you, the community, how they should affect other parts of the game. We think they'd add value to existing skills like mining and woodcutting, so we'd like to offer them as updates to those skills. However, they could be obtained in many ways, such as purely via sailing activities. Without further ado, let's dive into what's coming next. Weigh, anchor, and prepare to cast your votes. All right, so this is a beefer, and with most rambles, I will, misread something or just correct me if I'm going off on something that wasn't even actually said, or if I'm misinterpreting what's said. I feel like that happens a lot when like brand new stuff comes out. I'll just misinterpret some numbers or something and have a flip out about it, and then you guys let me know in the comments. We touched briefly on this above, but as part of sailing, you'll be exploring vibrant new islands teeming with exotic hardwood trees. Just the thing to build and upgrade your mighty ships with. In introducing these new tree types and logs, we've been careful to ensure that these complement existing training methods without overshadowing the meta. Don't worry, your teaks are in safe hands. Each new hardwood offers unique XP rates and versatile uses in shipbuilding. Versatile. That's actually how you're supposed to say it in America. Fletching and high tier. I say so many things. Because of RuneScape, I say so many things in the European way. And high tier pyres. Jatoba logs. Native to the sunny shores of the Great Conch, this particular hardwood is no good for boats, but it might come in handy for questing. Comparable to lower XP maple tree. Camphor logs. Fragrant and resilient. Camphor logs provide excellent wood for constructing seaworthy vessels, fit for mid-tier voyages, used in shipbuilding as hardwood tree above mahogany. Will give slightly more XP per hour than mahogany trees, but less logs per hour. Hardwood tree patch variants respawn slower to reduce effectiveness of 1.5 tick methods. Also, okay, there's so much I want to talk about because I haven't rambled in a minute, but we'll just keep fucking talking about this. Ironwood logs, there's so much I want to talk about. That's beyond sailing. Ironwood logs, these dense, hardy logs ensure your ship withstands even the harshest storms, bridging the gap between skilled craftsmanship and adventurous spirit. Used in shipbuilding as a hardwood tree above camphor will give slightly more XP an hour than camphor trees, but less logs per hour. Fewer logs per hour. Hardwood tree patch variants respawn slower to reduce. Didn't I just read that? Oh no, it's just a copy from the other thing. 1.5 tick methods. Rosewood logs reserved for master sailors. Rosewood offers unmatched durability and prestige, ideal for elite vessels. Used in shipbuilding as a hardwood tree above ironwood. Again, gives slightly more, but fewer logs. Good. Okay, I got it. That was kind of obnoxious. Okay, so here's kind of like what they're going to look like. Nice. Kind of excited. What do you guys think? Mining new ores. Okay, I'm going to try to simplify this a little bit. We got lead, rubium, and nickel, basically. And the lead is basically early game, kind of like iron. Rubium is like regular old rocks. What? And then nickel is the motherlode mine pay dirt. Okay, so nickel is like level 74. This is going to be interesting because we already have seen with Varlamore them very much simplifying things that were a pain in the ass in this game. For example, we see Camtora mining. It's basically like pay dirt on steroids because your inventory doesn't even stack hardly. I mean, you get those little like occasional, whatever they're called, little bone things you bring to an anvil at the Camtora mining. But beyond that, look at like shops even. The unlimited stock in shops where you can just go there and just buy whatever you want immediately is great. So, except they still, for some reason, add little hurdles. Like, for example, I think you can only buy 10 at a time. If you're trying to buy like stews, for example, it used to be Warriors Guild all the time. Now you can just go to like, I was about to call it Aldarium. What is that place called? What's the place in, it's not Aldarium's a fucking secondary. What is this place called? Alderin, that's it. I was going to call it Aldarium. Yeah, so Alderin has a place down here where you can just buy stews. Yeah, Alderin, there we go. But you can still only buy 10. It's just like, I know that's like the most little thing ever, but I feel like we're slowly chipping away at making things easier and easier and easier. So I'm certain that these, oh, you guys couldn't even see what I was showing right there. But anyway, I was just showing this basically. Alderin. So yeah, I feel like we are getting to a point where like these rocks are going to be very easy and chill to mine. I just know it for a fact. They're going to make it super fucking easy. You're going to be able to sit there forever, and they're going to get rid of the annoying hurdles and obstacles that we have gotten used to over the years. And I feel like this is a really good move. So I'm excited about it. What's going to be interesting is because they're not like showing the XP per hour, but wow, look at this. Slightly higher XP per hour than iron rocks. Oh, outside of the mining guild. I thought it was saying that like inside the mining, because mining iron inside the mining guild, something like 75k XP an hour or something. If you got like those gloves, or if you got like maybe it was with the ring I was using. Anyway. Okay, so rubium, kind of like a mid, like in between type of thing, kind of similar to volcanic ash. Okay, 2 guaranteed rolls before it depletes. Mine's similar to pay dirt, now MLM, so you probably can't really tick manipulate it. I mean, you can technically tick manipulate an MLM, but okay. Fishing, lantern fishing, and deep sea trawling. Again, I'm kind of just going over this because I feel like reading every single word on this is just pretty irrelevant. But cool. Okay, so we got a bunch of new fish. Fishing gets richer with lantern fishing and deep sea trawling, provided squid and other unique fish with special uses in herblore cooking and even fletching. These methods are profitable, but shouldn't overly compete with traditional fishing methods. Shouldn't overly compete with them, so they are going to compete with them. You're getting seasick from this? I'm sorry, sir. Master of the art of deep sea harpooning by lantern light, and you could catch rare squid varieties for use in recipes and weapons. Okay, so let's see what it actually gives. So sword tip squid, some basic stuff. Going back to what I was saying about things being like overly simplified, one thing I would actually hate is with, again, we're going to be sailing and fishing these, so I don't even think it's going to act as a default like fishing spot. But one of the things I really did not like was them coming out with like different kind of versions of fishing spots. So if you guys know what I'm talking about, like infernal eels, for example, or the ones that, you know, you fish in the like inferno area, that place, like you can't tick manipulate no matter what. Like it forces you to not be able to tick manipulate. Whereas other spots, you have like that option. At least you can do 3 tick, or you can just, you know, 2 tick if you're at certain other places. I feel like one of the things I'm worried about is them just absolutely not allowing that to any extent. To be fair, it wouldn't be the end of the world if it is attached to sailing, because I feel like if you're just sailing, you're just gonna be chilling on your boat anyway. But yeah, I do kind of worry about like them kind of like forcing a certain XP rate with these kind of things, which actually just like removes variety. I feel like it is good to be able to sweat things. So cool. I don't think they're really talking about like what's gonna be, what the herblore thing is gonna. Oh wait, no, it says down here. Okay, perfect. Deep sea trawling. We pulled deep sea trawling, an immersive new activity blending sailing and fishing to provide unique and rewarding gameplay experiences. In our previous sailing pole blog, unlike traditional fishing methods, deep sea trawling focuses on exploring vast ocean expanses to encounter large shoals teeming with exotic marine life. Okay. So, pretty basic stuff, pretty moderate sailing levels and construction levels. And what are we going to get? So what's like this herblore use? Deep sea trawling introduces various new fish types. Giant krill, haddock, Yellowfin tuna, halibut, bluefin tuna. What did I say the other time? Bluff. I'm getting a throwback to that Rambler. I called this thing like fucking bluff or something. I don't know what I was saying. Marlin, yeah, so special effect. Overheals up to 10 HP. This is kind of cool. Restores 20% energy. This is the energy stuff is just so useless these days with all the run energy changes. But combo food like Harambuan, nice. Ooh, but it heals 20. Oh shit. Okay, so halibut's gonna be OP. Can we fry it to get a little bit more? We should be able to fry our fish, get a little bit more bang for their buck, make it heal another 2 if it's fried, deep fried. Bluefin restores 5 perp. Whoa, okay. Bluefin tuna. That's an incredible... As long as it doesn't affect the potion thing, you know how like those barbarian potions act as like actual food, kind of? Oh wait, do they act as a potion? No. They act as a food, like, and a potion, kind of, because you can't like eat a shark and then drink a barbarian potion like right away. But I wonder with this, because it heals 5 prayer points, you could eat a bluefin tuna and then follow it up with a potion right after. Super fishing potion, extreme energy potion, and Marlin gives extended stamina potions. This is something I was talking about on my stream yesterday. Is I really do wonder what extended stamina potions are gonna be like, because obviously they're gonna probably double the timer, so it's gonna be 4 minutes without a ring of endurance. 4 minutes, but I do hope that it also recharges your run energy by 40. You see what I mean? Because right now staminas give you 20 run, and then it gives you that effect for 2 minutes. I would love it if the extended gives you 40 run, and then also gives you 4 minutes, because then what you could do is put extended staminas into your ring of endurance. Doesn't it say in the blog? Oh, does it? Probably fucking does. Maybe it does. We'll find out. But one of the things about I doubt it says this, the ring of endurance would be cool is if you had like extended stams in there, and then when you drink an extended stam, you get 8 minutes plus you get 80 run, because then at that point I feel like things like blast furnace or something could be like super chill. We'll see. Does it actually say that in here anywhere? Maybe it does later. Hunter, crab hunting expeditions. At last, crab rave real. Crab hunting is an engaging new hunter activity which introduces an entirely different rhythm to your hunter skill. Here's how it works. Place your traps at set locations and bait them with a fish offcut. Tasty. Tasty. I'm so aggressive with it. After a set amount of time, crabs will make a dash for the baited trap. Red and blue crabs will move after 15 ticks, and rainbow crabs after 25 ticks. With precise timing, you can achieve smooth cycles of setting, baiting, and harvesting traps, resulting in consistent hunter XP. That's cool. This is exactly what I love to see by the devs, is them genuinely mapping out the ticks of things so that there are repeatable, nice flow cycles. You know what I'm saying? Ring of Endurance going to be worth 100k after this. Yeah, it's not going to be good. Not going to look good. All the Ring of Endurance really has to do to like get back in the game is just have negative weight to it. You know what I mean? Like if the Ring of Endurance had something like minus 20 weight along with all the other effects it has, that would be fucking amazing. Because then that's like something you could bring without bringing graceful. And so, I mean, nobody's really wearing graceful these days anyway, but like still, it feels like that could be a really cool use. Okay. So here's another question I already have. I'm just kind of going off on this, but like, are people actually going to be sailing? Because I see there. They mentioned in the last blog, there's going to be so many different combo methods of training sailing. Sailing slayers, sailing fishing, sailing mining, sailing hunter. So are we ever just going to be sailing? Like, is there going to be any use to port task? I guess there technically will, because some people that only have sailing to do to get to max are probably just going to want to get max. I guess I'm answering my own question right now, because surely the pure sailing ones are going to be more sailing XP. But I feel like anybody that's not maxed that does have use for these they're not even going to be doing default sailing. They're just going to be fishing and getting sailing XP. So, yeah, Barracuda try. That's what I'm saying. I guess there is use for just the basic sailing stuff. But like, if sailing were to come out in a few months, I'm 100% just going to combine my sailing with all the other skills I want to get done. And I don't even feel like it's going to feel like sailing. Maybe it'll feel like sailing too. I guess in my head, I'm just thinking this trawler thing is just me sitting on a boat, fishing, AFKing, and getting sailing XP for doing nothing. But I guess there already is the kind of like rummaging or whatever you're doing, you're sitting at a spot, kind of like the shooting star method of sailing. That, what was that thing called? Where you like anchor yourself down and what's that? Just salvage. Thank you. Yeah. Anyway, it's kind of rambling on. Each crab type offers both a unique culinary delight and an opportunity to create specialized pastes useful in Herblore recipes. The crabs you catch scaled nicely with your hunter level, offering better rewards as you progress to maintain rhythm and avoid idle downtime. Lower level crabs have faster catch times, meaning smoother gameplay, especially for newer hunters. Important gameplay notes. We've intentionally structured crab hunting to be understandable and highly predictable. The consistent spawning intervals ensure you're rewarded for skillful gameplay. With 1L, jam flex. Trap setting, 2 ticks. 3 ticks automatic, okay. Harvesting is 1 tick, moving between traps, 2 ticks. I swear, whenever I'm reading things like this, and then immediately something else is popping into my head. How do we feel? I want to actually ask you guys right now. How do we feel about this sort of system that the devs have really leaned into lately, with everything being super slow unless you manually do things? There's some really egregious examples, such as enchanting your like rings of recoil or enchanting your jewelry, where it's like fucking 9 ticks or something AFK, and then 3 ticks if you're going to manually do it, which, by the way, the manualness of that is outrageous for 2025. We need to move past the enlightenment stage of that. That is god awful. I have so much to say about how fucked up that system is. Skillful is the accepted British spelling. What? Are you serious? There's no way. I don't believe it. I don't believe that. There's no fucking way. So I do like the 2 and 3 ticks. Like, that makes more sense as long as it's not 2 and 7 ticks, you know, I think that's the real way to go about it, is making it so, I don't know. There's a part of me that's just like, can we just make it all the same speed? As long as it makes sense, I guess. But yeah, I guess I'm asking you guys because I'm thinking of the most outrageous examples where things go way, way, way slower if you're not gonna sweat your ass off. Because when you look at the string jewelry spell, I've brought this up before, the string jewelry spell in the Lunar Spellbook, they have completely just bypassed all that nonsense and have just made it so when you string jewelry, it's 3 tick. You just click the spell 1 time and it automatically does your full inventory of stringing your jewelry. Even if you have multiple variants of different jewelries, it'll string all of the amulets for you. And it's all 3 tick. There's no hassle of like having to constantly spam click or anything. That's a great system. And guess what? Nobody fucking has a problem with it. Nobody had a problem with them making that sort of easy scape, you know? So I just feel like, again, it's pretty, it doesn't even relate to this exactly. Obviously with Hunter, this makes way more sense, but I guess I was just going off on my rant about that, about mainly just like the spells. Each crab type appears in a fixed cycle, giving you a clear goal and rhythm. Lower level crabs will appear slightly faster, keeping you busy and engaged. A significant benefit here is predictability. XP rates are stable and fixed. This means that crab hunting will be much more relevant when you unlock it and when you gain access to higher quantities of traps, but will fall over time compared to training methods where XP is determined by hunter level. Makes sense. Hopefully you can't fail it. It sounds like everything's going to be very predictable. You can't... Did it say anything about like failing these? Note that the gathering rates above assume you've already processed your crabs or banked them efficiently between trap cycles. Okay. They explain what extended stamina pots are later in the blog. Okay, let me just keep reading then. Farming. Oh yeah, I forgot there's even sailing and farming. Coral nurseries and new crops. Wow. Okay. Hemp. Oh, Gonna get our hemp, boys. 420 fucking blaze it. No. Cool. Okay, so sailing brings with it new farming options in the form of coral nurseries and additional hop patches. Cultivate coral for herblore or grow new plants like hemp and cotton for shipbuilding materials. Coral nurseries. Cultivate elkhorn, pillar, and umbral coral in specialized underwater plots, crucial for potent herblore connections. Cool. So, yeah, they're really just giving us all the deets. Again, it's coming to my mind immediately when I see this giant seaweed. When the fuck can we double click the giant seaweed patch and get the giant seaweed double time? Like, come on. Anyway, does anyone else have a problem with that? Why is picking that seaweed the slowest thing of all time? It's pretty much an allotment patch. Make it like watermelons or snape grass where you can do it double time. Do that already. That's good to know, actually. This is a payment for it, but yeah. Okay, cool. Pillar. So what are these doing? Let's see what they do. I guess they're just saying these are going to be like helping build your boats or whatever. But new hops, crops. Can't bring pets either. You actually can. You could bring a kraken pet underwater to your seaweed patches, boys. If you have a kraken pet, that's what I'm saying. Kraken pet's always been my goat. Well, top 3 goats, I should say, of pets. Kraken can go underwater with you. I'm pretty sure, can't the Temperos pet go underwater with you too? Or maybe not. But they are kind of thematic sometimes when it's convenient for them. Grow versatile new crops like flax, cotton, or flax, hemp, and cotton, perfect for crafting ship sails, fabrics, and useful textiles. Okay. So they're already just giving us like average yields and everything. So are we going to be getting sailing XP doing this? Or is this just purely farming? This is purely farming, right? There's not even a sailing requirement to this besides like just getting to the area. Because I guess what I was thinking is like you're on your boat and like harvesting it from your boat or something. But I guess I was just imagining that's what it would be. I think they're just saying this is new stuff coming with sailing. Crafting and fletching, fabrics and blowpipes. This is really cool. Time to spin a yarn, literally. Use freshly farmed materials to weave fabrics for your sails or carve sturdy blowpipes from islands' hardwoods. An ideal upgrade until you get your hands on a toxic blowpipe. Bolts of durable linen, canvas, and cotton to keep your sails ship shape. Cool. Flax, hemp, and cotton. While we're on, you know what would be so cool about this? I've always enjoyed, first of all, I think the bales of flax or whatever they're called, those little things you get from the fletching minigame are such a cool thing because it actually does have a little bit of encouragement to go back to like traditional spinning of stuff. Obviously the lunar spell is better, but you could just sit at a spinning wheel now and just kind of get some AFK crafting XP. I think that's really cool. And I really hope that with other things, with the spinning wheel and even the loom, they need to go in and rebalance some of the XP that we're working with. Because have you guys ever like weaved a fucking basket in this game? It gives you like 2 XP and it takes like 17 materials for it or some god awful thing. It's the worst experience known to mankind. And they need to just seriously go in there and look at like what can be reasonable so that you could actually just not just blow glass all fucking day, you know, and just actually be able to get reasonable XP with these other kind of like old school methods. So I think this would be a good time when they come out with this to like kind of like rebalance how some crafting works. That's my don't clip it. No. Fletching, carve new blowpipes with camphor, ironwood, and rosewood, providing powerful ranged weaponry for mid-level adventurers. Please do more RuneScape animations IRL. That was amazing. Yeah, well, I thought it was pretty good. It's also the same animation as the blowpipe. I gotta stop. All right. These little blowpipes look fucking badass, though. Holy shit. So, you know what would be really cool about this? I'm already looking at this. We should be able to blow things with this, like blow darts at people, but also use it as a fucking like bat. This looks like a fucking baseball bat. You should also be able to, it should be a melee weapon with, if it's close range, your guy just starts pounding the dude like 2-tick. Oh, dude, that'd be sick. It's like a 2-tick melee weapon if you're in melee range. Very cool. So learn how to fletch, new kinds of blowpipes, perfect. Okay, this is the concerning part. Is that, well, first off, let's be on. Oh, actually, no, these are pretty good range level changes. Okay, so camphor blowpipe is, man, these suck because you can only use up to mithril darts with these. Okay, listen. Rosewood, you should be able to use up to rune. I'm sorry. You just should be able to use up to rune. Like, why is it capped at Addy? It should be mithril Addy then rune, in my personal opinion. Because we have... If you're going to cap it at Addy, that means blowpipe does rune, amethyst, and dragon. Like, why would there be 3 more beyond it? I honestly, my personal take is I actually think that the first one should be Addy, second one should be rune, third one should be amethyst, believe it or not. I actually think that. Because I feel like this is very arbitrary in a way. It's almost like just arbitrarily nerfing how much damage you could do. I honestly feel like, I don't know, am I wrong with thinking that? I feel like capping this first one at mithril has got to be super aggravating. I feel like if you are using this thing at a low level, you probably do have some Addy darts, and then you can't even use them. Like, that's upsetting. I don't know. Herblore and cooking potions and foods. We're mixing up powerful new potions like anti-bleed tonics and armadillo brews, each of which have a unique and potent effect. Okay. Let's see. So, anti-odor salts. Why do they spell odor like this? It's fine. I know that's actually how you're probably supposed to say it in Europe or whatever, but okay. A stackable salt that is automatically consumed to smoke a hunter trap when setting one up. That's useless. Maybe. Anti-bleed cures bleeding and heals 5 hit points, but does not prevent bleed from being reapplied. Okay. Okay. I see. Super fish. I'm just trying to think. I was trying to think like, okay, so Vard is one of the places where you bleed. Would anybody bring an anti-bleed tonic there? This feels like bringing what was that thing that like gets you unstuck from webs or whatever? Or it was like before Aranea boots. I think it was before Aranea boots or something like that. Or somebody was talking about, oh, you could bring this at Tob in case you get stuck at webs. Like, just don't get fucking stuck in webs. This is like, feels like the anti-bleed. It's like, I'm going to bring this anti-bleed. You're basically preparing to suck, you know? Like, I'm going to bring this anti-bleed tonic because I know I'm going to get fucked up by... I guess some people probably do play like that. But it really does feel like, why not just bring a food or... I don't know. I guess since it'll have 4 doses, maybe it is worth preparing to suck, honestly. Okay, I gotta stop with that. All right, super fishing potions. Extreme energy potion. Okay, so boosts fishing. Wow, boosts fishing by 6. So that means you can do Mauritania Elite with just 90 fishing now. That's dope. Extreme energy potion restores 40% run energy. Super hunter potion boosts hunter by 6. Wow, that's dope. This thing is OP. That means you can literally catch dragon implings at 77. Just drink a fucking potion. Okay. Extended stamina. 70% reduction in run energy depletion for 4 minutes. Up from 2 minutes. Each dose adds 2 charges to Ring of Endurance. Consumes 2 charges from the ring. Okay. That makes perfect sense. But here's the thing. If it takes 2 charges from the ring, are we healing 8 or 80? Are we restoring 80 run? You know what I'm saying? I wish this would say if it gives you 40 run as well. It doesn't say it here. Does it say further down? I think this is probably where it says it, right? Does this really not give you 40 run first? It doesn't say anything on it, does it? It's just saying it's a 4-minute thing. Because stamina gives you 20 run plus it's 2 minutes. I feel like this should give 40 run plus 4 minutes. You know what I mean? But the ring effect actually makes sense, but only if you're also getting 80 run. You know what I'm saying? Like if you drink an extended stam, you should heal the 40 basically, but if you have the ring on, it's taking 2 stamps from there, which should also give you 20 plus 20. So it should heal you 80 run and then also have the effect. That's my personal take. I think that would be great because listen, if you're going to be drinking this and it's going to give 4 minutes, but then you have the ring on, it's going to be 8 minutes. That means it's 8 minutes. And most likely if you didn't also heal 80 run, you're going to be just like wasting it in a way because I feel like you're going to actually get down to 0 run energy, but you're still going to have like 3 more minutes of this effect. So you're not even going to get the full benefit anyway. So I feel like that would be good to clarify on here. Armadillo Brew heals hit points for 10% plus 2 and raises range level by 10% plus 4. Whoa. So this is actually better. Yeah, this is literally the best range pot then, because this will give you 113. Wow, that's crazy. Weak Sarah brew, but for range. Yeah, but it also gives you 13. This is going to be a really weird brew, I think, because it's going to be weird because divine ranges technically will still be used everywhere. Because I don't think you can make brews into divines. You can't. I don't think there's any way of doing that. So this is only going to last for a minute or maybe 90 seconds if you use preserve. But who the hell's using preserve? This is a really interesting potion to be releasing, I feel like. When are we going to get super ranges? Yeah. This is really interesting. Reduces your defense, magic, strength, and attack. Yeah. Very interesting. We need an imbued dart. Yeah. We need an imbued fart. We already have that, actually. We've also got some delectable, marine delights for you to sink your teeth into. Basic foods. Crab, squid, and more is all cookable and hopefully edible. Advanced foods. These fresh fish dishes promise to shake up the meta in a similar fashion to the new hunter meats included with Varlamore. So let's see what we got. Really shitty foods. And then we got the haddock, which again, overheals you 10. So kind of like little anglers. The yellowfin tuna heals you 20. The halibut is going to be insane. These are literally Karamblans on steroids. Literally 20 HP, plus it's just a Karamblan, basically. Bluefin tuna is going to be absolutely goated everywhere where you're bringing food. It just also restores 5 prayer. That's crazy. And then marlin is just 24. This is now the biggest single bite food in game. Bro, imagine using marlin and halibut now everywhere you go. That's going to be crazy. Okay, cool. Smithing and construction, shipbuilding essentials. Hammers at the ready. We're smithing everything from sturdy keel parts to explosive cannonballs. Upgrade your ships from bronze to dragon and master a unique weaponry like chain shot and incendiary cannonballs. In case you're wondering, these new ammo types are not available for the land-lubbing dwarf multi-cannon. While we're keen to open up new PVM possibilities at sea, we're responsibly maintaining the balance back on land. Keel and hull. This is, in my opinion, this is silly. I really feel like if you're going to introduce new cannonballs and then not have them work with the multi-cannon, it's just... Who's actually scared of that? I mean, if as long as they balance it properly, not making it so dragon cannonball. We're just gonna call them Dragon Balls, Dragon Ball Z's. No, but like dragon can. You don't need to make it outrageous where dragon cannonballs now do like 90 damage or anything nuts like that. But really, I don't know. I wouldn't be against them just coming out with being able to smith any sort of cannonballs, you know, and then being able to use them with a normal cannon. So keel and hull parts. Craft bronze to dragon tier parts and add new planks to build stronger and more versatile ships. New cannonballs. We're adding loads of new cannonballs. Some of them can be smithed in the same way as your bog standard cannonballs, while others will be exclusive drops from mobs at sea. Okay. Dragon sheets. Well, just call them dragon bars. Ugh. That's all right. Dragon sheets, boys. That's going to be a new like merch item. They're just going to have like bedding, just red bedding called dragon sheets. You can buy on the Jagex store. Okay, so 2 balls, boys. Just love the like little animation. Okay, so there's the chain shot, which is 2 balls and a chain. What is happening? What am I reading right now? Guys, you got to attach 2 balls to the chain. All right. Improved cannonball smithing. On Brittle Island requiring 81 sailing, there's a special furnace. Almost snowed under, this furnace of dwarven make is much better at smithing cannonballs. Effectively, the forge reduces the time it takes to smith one set of cannonballs from 8 ticks to 4 ticks. This equals the smithing of steel cannonballs for the dwarf multi-cannon. Ooh. Additionally, the double mold from Giant's Foundry can also be used here. Wow, that's going to be busted. The furnace will be located on a remote island, but very close to a docking point. With the help of your teleport to boat spell, you could easily teleport to your bank of choice and then return in a snap. While you'll save time, you'll want to consider the room cost of such an endeavor. Cannonballs with lower profit margins are unlikely to be worth your time. But if you're an Iron Man, type 1 if you're an Iron Man. If you're an Iron Man, you're going to be loving this shit. I will at least. The eagle-eyed among you, I'm dead-eyed with me. I'm dead-eyed among you. Might have spotted what we've renamed cannonball steel cannonballs to avoid confusion. Your boat cannon is a nifty bit of hardware that will accept any kind of cannonball, whereas your trusty dwarf multi-cannon only accepts steel cannonballs. While we're mindful of balancing, we're open to exploring future upgrades to the dwarf multi-cannon, which will allow you to use some fancy new ordnance. So let us know what you think. New cannonballs come in 2 flavors. Chain shot cannonballs have the same max hit as the corresponding basic cannonball and will stop your enemies in their tracks to boot. Incendiary cannonballs also deal the same max hit as their basic counterparts, but also apply a burn effect to the target. Spicy. The new cannonballs will be created by taking the relevant components to an anvil. Chain shots, of course, use chain, whereas incendiary cannonballs use those rubium splinters you'll be mining. Okay. Cool. Cannons, sailing, or ranged based. Cannons are one of the most exciting aspects of sailing. Says who? No, it is kind of exciting, but I don't know about the most exciting. Letting you engage foes at sea and even take pot shots at creatures ashore. However, an important question has surfaced about how they should function. Should they remain linked to your sailing skill, or should they instead utilize your ranged skill? Ooh. Okay. Let's see what they have to say. Considerations. Combat implications. With cannons able to target enemies on land, level 3 skillers can now train Slayer more easily by luring creatures close to shore. Does anyone care that a level 3 can train Slayer? Like, anybody? Like, let Rendy do his shit. Let Rendy do his shit. He can do whatever he wants. I don't know. Nope. Yeah, I don't know. Does anyone? I don't know. People care if it's a pure. If you say pure, but level 3 skillers, nobody cares. If you say pure, it's like, nope, scrap it. Scrap sailing. You're going to benefit pures? Scrap it. No. Existing precedents. The existing Dwarven multi-cannon relies on your range skill. Cannons in Temperos and Barbarian Assault, however, are not range-based, meaning skillers already have cannon access without using range. Integration and narrative. Making cannons range-based could seamlessly integrate sailing with an existing combat skill. Conversely, cannons are facilities aboard your ship. It makes sense that your skill in sailing would influence your accuracy and effectiveness while using one. Impact on metas. New training methods for skillers could open up exciting gameplay options, just as Chambers of Xeric created fresh avenues for skill-based accounts. It's true. So let's see. With the above in mind, here's our plan. Keep sailing cannons sailing-based. Accuracy and damage will remain determined by your sailing skill level. This maintains thematic consistency and allows us to stay true to what's already been communicated and tested. Explore new skill integrations in the future. For instance, magical cannons utilizing your magic skill to shoot fireballs or specialized range-focused dwarven ship cannons could be exciting expansions. We're eager to see how the community feels about this direction, so let us know. All right, and then we got construction. Holy shit. That's expensive as fuck. 7,500 per plank. Okay. Shipbuilding. Construction is taken to the high seas. Aboard ship, you'll be building everything from sturdy ship hulls to intricate components, setting the stage for countless epic voyages. First up, we've got new planks to go with these new hardwoods. You'll notice that you can't use these yet to construct anything in your POH, and that's because we don't want to create new construction methods that exceed the XP per hour you can get from building teak and mahogany furniture. Okay. Alongside the new planks, shipbuilding will also see the addition of ship components. These are new items that are created and then used in shipbuilding. Some of these items are made from planks using construction, a hammer, a saw, and workbenches near shipwrights. To allow us to utilize large amounts of planks in the construction of high-level boats, you'll be able to combine whole parts into large whole parts. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so I am curious. Are we just going to be like destroying and rebuilding boats over and over? What's that like philosophical thing about, you know, if you replace one plank on a ship or something, at what point is the ship not the same ship? You know, if you replace every single board or something, it's gonna be, I don't know why the fuck that came to my mind, but actually I do know why, because we're talking about ships and destroying them and rebuilding them. But yeah, the ship of Theseus, that's it. You guys got it. You guys are smart. They remembered. All right. So thieving, pirate plunder, and merchant stalls. Ooh. Okay. This is actually something they talked about in the video that I watched on like when No Monkey and Hebox were talking about this. I do already have some thoughts on this, but we know you all plan to sail the seven seas in an orderly and lawful manner. Just between us, that we do plan to introduce some opportunities for sticky-fingered sailors. Sneak through bustling markets or plunder pirate strongholds with nothing but your thieving skills. In this case, crime does pay in the form of balanced XP rates and enticing loot like coral frags and cannonballs. Pirate NPCs and chests. Pickpocket swashbucklers or unlock pirate chests to earn clues, cannonballs, coral, and blood shards. No, they didn't say that. They said, and other nautical treasures. Imagine that. Blood shard stall. Yeah, give us that. No. All right. Rusty pirate chest. So they're going to talk, I think, are they not going to talk about how this worked exactly? They said something about, oh, this is it. Merchant stalls. These bustling market stalls look familiar, but unlike the ones you're used to, they don't deplete when stolen from. Although you'll still need to watch out for the guards. This is brilliant. This is exactly what I was talking about on a long ramble, maybe 2 years ago, when they kind of changed the XP rates of like mining or of stealing from like gem stalls and stuff. I really do feel like the meta of hopping worlds to like thief stalls is just so archaic. It's so bad. And this sounds like a really cool thing that they're trying to do, basically. Because listen, there's like a silver stall or like I think it was the silver stall where you're stealing one fucking piece of silver and then it takes 30 seconds to respawn. Like this is the shit that was designed for 2002. You know what I'm saying? And we're still living in 2025, and for some reason it's still like the meta to hop to fucking steal a piece of silver. Like, bro, you do one Zolcana that like brain off for 2 seconds and you get like 7,000 of that shit. So like, can we please just make things better? Also, on this point, I know they're going to add like guards to this, but we should really talk about, you know, just stalls in general. Like, I think stalls should not require having to hop worlds ever. So if this guard thing works out, the merchants where there's like guards coming by and you steal it, then you get fucked. I do feel like should be a worthwhile endeavor to look at with like other stalls across the game. And on that point, I just want to mention the house keys of Varlamore that you get when you're doing Varlamore thieving. Such a brilliant idea, but super poorly executed because you just get way too many house keys, and the actual being in the house, it just feels like shit. Like the XP rate's lower, the loot's garbage. You don't even get clues from it. But I like the idea of it. I feel like, and I've talked about this, is like imagine Darkmire had little house keys that you get from thieving Vires, but they're very rare. They're like maybe 1 in 500 to get this key. And then you get the double key loot from wearing your rogue's outfit, and you go into a house, and then you're actually rewarded for that time. Like, it actually feels good being in the house. It's more XP per hour, super AFK, and maybe enhanced chance at blood shards or something. I think those are like the really cool ways of like enhancing thieving, is leaning into what they are experimenting with that is going well, and then rebalancing it so it actually makes sense. And I hope that what they're trying to do with the stalls ends up being executed successfully. And it's fun, hopefully. What's next in future polls? All the content we've proposed is designed to enrich the game world without overshadowing existing training methods. We're aiming to give you loads of fun new ways to switch things up while you're training your skills, but we're not stopping there. After our proposals pass the poll, they don't even say if. They're so confident that none of this shit's failing. After our proposals pass the poll, we'll be doing some rigorous reviews to make sure that XP rates, spawn timing, and yields are well balanced and slide right in alongside existing skill activities. You can help us by sharing your feedback and letting us know your priorities. We're sailing ahead together. We'd also appreciate if you fill out this official survey linked below. Perfect. Well, what are your guys' overall thoughts? If you guys had any burning questions, you can ask them now. But if you don't have anything, I guess I'll share a few my little conclusion, which my conclusion, boys, is that, I honestly think a lot of people were saying this is like a very overwhelming blog. This isn't actually too overwhelming. There's just a lot of like numbers that really aren't very relevant to things. Like, for example, like who cares about like this part? Like, they could have just made everything look a lot more simplistic, but I do appreciate them really being transparent about like everything. Well, there's just so many more devs, you know. There was like 5 devs versus like 7,000 now. How many are there? God damn. That is so many devs. But I am looking forward to a lot of this stuff. And I think, like I said in the beginning of the video, they're very much focused on fun, it seems like, with newer updates. I mean, look at how, by the way, I just want to, I guess I'll just show this really quick. Let's hide this really quick. So on my game, I have been killing some Yama and stuff, and I just wanted to just mention how fucking spooned I am at Yama. But like Yama, I got an Oathplate helmet, 43. Glorious. But Yama is one of those fights. It's just everything about it's just fun. Like, it's so good. I haven't even touched the Delve boss yet. As soon as I get another synapse, I will go to the Delve boss, because I do want to get those boots. Those boots are just so OP. But it seems like everybody is having fun. What up, Bulbasaur? And this is the kind of stuff I'd love to see. And so if sailing, they really focus in on the fun. Who cares about the realism in a lot of ways? I think when I was mentioning, like, I want to have fun on the boat, I want to be moving fast, people are like, that's not realistic. Boats go slow, and they take a lot of time to build up speed. Like, fuck all that. Like, just let us go. Let's not even just fuck all that for the sake of fuck all that, but like, make it so we're just having fun on your boat. Whatever is the most optimal speed for fun, do that. It doesn't need to go super, super fast, but make it so it feels good. That's the important thing, is make stuff feel good. Don't try to go into that trap of 2002 where we feel like skills need to be absolute agony and masochistic to feel like it's an old school skill. We don't need to do that anymore. Like, just move beyond that. Make it so things feel fun, feel like it's valuing your time. That's so important as well. Drop rates and everything recently, like, look at Royal Titans. Drop rates are just phenomenal. It actually feels like you're not just going to be there for 10,000 years, although I have seen some really horrific logs. But for the average player, you're just going to be there for a little bit, get the stuff you need and dip, and you just had a fun time doing it. And that's what I want for sailing. I just want it to really lean into the fun and whatever is the most satisfying. Don't be like, man, it would be if the devs are like, man, if the ships moved one more tile per tick, that would feel better. But we're going to lean back on realism and just keep it a little bit slower, actually, just for realism's sake. Like, don't do that. Never sacrifice fun for like realism or masochism for the sake of, like, people need to suffer a little bit. We don't need that these days. Anyway, that's my final little conclusion for this. I'm live, obviously, on YouTube and Twitch, so go check me out. I will be doing some Slayer. I should also just say this. We did complete the Rancor, boys. We got the fucking Rancor, so we're looking good. But yeah, thank you all for listening to the ramble. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on sailing. I've obviously shared a lot of it, and let me know if there's anything in particular that you guys are like thinking of. And yeah, I will catch you boys in the next one. Check out the show on Spotify as well. Give it a rating. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.